playing inactive for violating team rules. Now, just moments ago, our Christina Pink caught up with the head coach for Arizona, Bruce Arians.
Well, Coach, your team still in the hunt for a playoff spot. Not going to be easy. Can you describe the approach that your team has to take in these final 3 games?
Well, today we got to win the line of scrimmage and just take care of this game. We can't worry about all 3. We're going to win 1 today, and we better win the line of scrimmage if we're going to win this one.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck today.
Thank you.
All right, well, here we are all set for some football. 35 degrees. I told you it was chilly here in Nashville. A wind at 10 miles per hour. Tennessee won the toss. They deferred. Arizona will receive. Javier Arenas is back deep. We are all set here in Nashville. The Tennessee Titans against the Arizona Cardinals. Tennessee will kick off. Ron Baronis with Javier Arenas back deep. And a low kick will go into the end zone, and it will be a touchback here for Arizona. Charles, how about the impact players on this side of the ball?
When we take a look, obviously Larry Fitzgerald, one of the all-time great receivers. He's starting to make more and more plays in this offense. Michael Floyd, been a little gimpy lately with an ankle and a shoulder, but what an impact he's had this season. For Tennessee on defense, Darrell Casey has 9 sacks from the defensive tackle position. And Alteron Werner, one of my favorite players in the league, all he does is make plays in the secondary.
5 interceptions on the season for Alteron Werner. Carson Palmer, his numbers, he's getting used to Bruce Arians' offense, and the numbers have shown it. Fitzgerald on motion here on first down. Palmer will set up, get the pass to Jake Ballard, his tight end, who gets wrapped up at the line of scrimmage by Sammy Hill. Second down and 10 coming up. The key inactives in this game: Rob Hausler, the tight ends for Arizona, and as we mentioned, that's at the top, Justin Hunter, coming off a career-high performance last week, 114 yards, violation of team rules.
And we saw the impact of Hausler's absence on the first play, running that tight end screen to Jake Ballard. That would have been Hausler's play.
Palmer on the run, throws for Fitzgerald. That was nearly picked off. Michael Griffin had a hand on it. All of a sudden, Larry Fitzgerald turned into a DB.
Exactly what happened, because he went from receiver. Watch him transition right here, as you described, Justin. He was going for the football, realized he couldn't get it. This is about to be an interception. And as you noted, he transitioned. Look at him get the shoulder in there. Larry Fitz going both ways.
Fitzgerald, not a small guy, 6'3", 220. That would make a good size DB. 3rd and 10 here for Arizona. Empty backfield. Palmer's pass is incomplete. Intended for Andre Ellington out of the backfield.
What a nice start for the Tennessee Titans defense. This has to be a day where they play this game from the front. They want to set the pace, get out ahead, and make Arizona do some chasing. The way the Cardinals have played offense in recent weeks, that's a downer for them to go 3 and out in their first series, because Bruce Arians loves having the football and loves calling plays.
Dave Zassadil to punts. Leon Washington back at his own 28 to return. And Washington gets tripped up as he will get back to the 35-yard line. Mark it down to 36, an 8-yard return. How about the impact players this side of the ball?
Well, obviously, Chris Johnson is a guy that you think about. Hard to believe he's only had 1 100-yard rushing game this season. He's hoping to get going today. Kendall Wright has had a breakout year at wide receiver for the Titans. John Abraham is drinking from the fountain of youth, as is Carlos Dansby. These 2 veteran linebackers are having a monster impact on the Cardinals, the #1 ranked defense over the last 5 or 6 weeks in the NFL season.
Ryan Fitzpatrick under center here to start for Tennessee. On first down, looking at pass. His first pass is complete to Nate Washington. A pickup of 8, 2nd down and 2 coming up.
And as you noted, Justin, with Justin Hunter now being inactive for a violation of team rules, wide receiver for the Titans, Damian Williams also inactive. Kenny Britt, who was a healthy scratch last week, will play a lot today. But Nate Washington, 85, will be a guy to keep an eye on. I think he's going to have to up his game today and could be a go-to guy for for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
On 2nd and 2, Fitzpatrick rolling out, throws, and that pass is complete to Delaney Walker. And Walker is a guy who has benefited from the change of the quarterback with Fitzpatrick now in there.
And going back to the top of the show, we saw one of the elements that Ryan Fitzpatrick brings to the table. Doesn't mind moving around. Jake Locker, a terrific athlete also, but he wasn't one of those guys who wanted to move a ton in the pocket. Fitzpatrick moves it a little bit better than he gets credit for. We see him use his feet there, get out, clear space, delivers the ball to Delaney Walker.
1st and 10 at the 49 of Arizona. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson gets it back. A good run there on 1st down. And Johnson gets up to the 43-yard line, tackled by Carlos Dansby.
And Darrell Washington, the offensive coordinator, came out with a little bit different strategy today for Tennessee. Throwing the ball on 1st down. Throwing the ball early in the count. Because everyone knows that number 28, Chris Johnson, is going to get his carries. So you stack the line of scrimmage, have 7 and 8 in the box, waiting for that 1st down run. Throw it a little bit early in the early downs, try and shake things up, loosen it up. Johnson benefited.
Play action setting up the screen pass. It is complete. Kendall Wright, and Wright has another 1st down. Tackled by Patrick Peterson. Peterson's first of the game.
So we're starting to see a little bit of everything from the Titans early, aren't we? Now we've got the screen we've come back to. First part of the game through the quick pass to Washington, through the route to Delaney Walker coming across formation. Chris Johnson with a run, screen to Wright. Darrell Washington's offense coordinator moving the ball around and spreading the field.
On 1st down, handoff to Johnson. And Johnson lowers that shoulder, gets across the 35 to the 34, picks up 2. Dansby with his 2nd tackle.
How about Carlos Dansby, his 2nd go-around with the Arizona Cardinals? And Miami Dolphins let him go, thinking, we're not so sure where he is in his career. He is rejuvenated, and he's also ticked off a little bit. Miami let him go late in the process, and he's trying to show them and the rest of the league that they made a mistake, and he's doing it quite well.
115 tackles on the season for Dansby. Hand off to Johnson again. And Johnson up to the 29-yard line. 3rd down coming up. Darnell Dockett with a tackle, a 4-yard pickup for Chris Johnson. Third down and 3 here for Tennessee, moving against this very good Arizona defense. Jackie Battle now in at running back for the Titans. Fitzpatrick on 3rd and 3. Pressure, tries to go up the middle. And that was not loose to the shovel pass. It was caught by one of his linemen. That was his center, Brian Schwenke.
That was caught by a player of the same team and recovered. 4th down.
And it's the right call because it wasn't a pass. He was hit from the backside. You'll see it here again on the replay. Look at the pop from the backside. That was hit and then popped out by number 59, Marcus Bernard, outside linebacker. Schwenke alertly able to grab the ball out of the air.
Rob Baronis on for a 45-yard field goal attempt to give Tennessee the first points of this ball game. Baronis 18 for 21 on the season. His kick from 45 yards is good. So, Charles, you said it. A key for this Tennessee team is to play from ahead. On their first drive of the game, they put 3 points on the board, and they lead 3-0.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
Back here in Nashville, it's 3-0, but how about the early game headlines? Kirk Cousins, the Redskins lost on a failed 2-point conversion attempt to end the game. Jay Cutler won in his first start coming back, got off to a rocky start. And Ryan Tannehill, that I think a lot of people would say is an upset with the Dolphins winning at home against the Patriots.
Yeah, a lot of people were kind of looking at it and saying if the Dolphins are going to make that push, This is one they have to have. Could they make the stand? And Ryan Tannehill helped them get it done.
Javier Arenas from a few yards deep in his own end zone. Returns it and brings it out across the 20, marked down at the 23-yard line.
Go back to Kirk Cousins real quick. Does it feel like audition time? You know, it's one of those things. He's playing so well. Who knows what happens in Washington? Does the next person like Kirk Cousins? Or if not, the rest of the league's going to like Kirk Cousins.
That was going to be my question. Is this audition time for Cousins to be trade bait?
That's going to be the big question. Do they like him well enough to keep him? Or is he someone who can bring in great value? He looks like that new quarterback that can do that.
On first down, it's Andre Ellington gets the outside, and Ellington has the first down. Andre Ellington, the rookie out of Clemson, gets tackled by Zach Brown after a pickup of 13.
As this season has progressed, you know what everyone's asking in the league? How did this guy last so long in the draft? Because as the process started last year, he was tagged as a potential first-round, second-round type of a running back. And he fell late into the draft, and now the Cardinals are reaping the benefits. He's a guy, as we just saw, who can get through the hole quickly and also can be used in the open field as a receiver.
Averaging 5.8 yards per carry on the season coming in. Play clock is down to 2. Palmer gets it off in time. Throws near side, and that pass is complete to Floyd. It breaks a tackle, steps out of bounds after picking up another first down. And this may be the most amazing stat I've ever seen. That is 23 consecutive balls caught by Michael Floyd, all for a first down.
And look who he catches it in front of. Alteron Werner. And the reason they were able to complete that, and that stat, 23 straight for a first down, is phenomenal. But how about the timing of the play? Ball's out of Carson Palmer's hands before Michael Floyd makes his cut. You can see how the offense is really starting to take root, where everyone is comfortable with each other and understanding what each guy's about to do.
Palmer from the shotgun. Throws, and that ball is caught by his running back, Andre Ellington. And that is the offense of Bruce Arians. A 26-yard completion to Ellington.
And look at this throw. Puts it right in there for Ellington right before Jason McCourty comes off of his coverage and falls back into trying to make a play. Zach Brown ultimately made the tackle. But that ball was well thrown. Ellington catching the ball before the defensive back McCourty could get there.
And now Arizona's offense moving the ball down the 25-yard line of Tennessee. Handoff, Ellington. And Andre Ellington picks up a yard. Actually, they're going to mark him down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle by Sammy Hill, his second tackle of the game.
So, Justin, we had a chance to meet with the Cardinals the other day, and we had a chance to talk with Carson Palmer. And one of the things we asked him, how's your elbow? Because he hurt it a few games ago and didn't practice much, and said he's gotten a little bit more practice time. He feels a little bit more healthy. What do you think about these first few throws? Seems to me that the elbow is definitely taking a turn for the better.
No doubt about it. Rashard Mendenhall in at running back now. On 2nd and 10. Mendenhall up the middle. Rashard Mendenhall keeps those legs churning. And he's going to pick up 9, setting up 3rd and 1. Michael Griffin with a tackle.
Like the forward wall of Arizona on that one. In the middle, Lyle Sendline, number 63, to center. Paul Panika, number 74, the right guard, who they brought into camp a little, where they brought in after they had an injury to their number 1 draft pick out of North Carolina, Jonathan Cooper, because Darren College was supposed to play right guard and Cooper left guard. They had to flip it back, and Panika filled the hole. And on that play, he buried him.
3rd and 1, Stephon Taylor and Mendenhall in the backfield. It's Taylor, the up back, and he gets the handoff, and it looks like he's going to have that first down.
There's been one thing that's been lagging in the offense for Arizona. It's been the establishment of a consistent running game. Today, we're starting to get that. That's what Bruce Arians wants. He wants a very productive, physical running game to complement his passing game, where he'll peel off big chunks of yardage downfield. And so far early in the game, he's getting a nice mix of both.
1st and 10, red zone opportunity now for the Cardinals. Handoff again to Mendenhall. Mendenhall gets wrapped up in the backfield by Bernard Pollard.
Pollard was brought in to bring an attitude to this team, bring an extra edge. And look at this. He does a terrific job fighting off the block of Michael Floyd at the line of scrimmage, shedding him, and coming up and wrapping up Mendenhall. That was textbook, picture perfect, a teaching tape right there by Bernard Pollard.
2nd down and 11. Palmer in a shotgun. Ellington in the backfield.
Fitzgerald in the slot to the left.
Palmer finds his running back Ellington out of the backfield, and Ellington still keeps those legs going. There is a flag on the play in the backfield. That's by Carson Palmer, who was hit.
Roughing the passer, number 95, going low at the quarterback's knees. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Oh, it's called against Cameron Wimbley.
He ends up going down low on the knees of Carson Palmer as he got past Bradley Sowell, the left tackle, and got to Palmer, but he goes for the legs first, and that's what the penalty was for.
It was a 14-yard completion. They tacked on 1 more yard, so now it's 1st and goal from the 1 here for Arizona.
Look who's in the lineup at fullback. Looks like Alameda Talamu. They're starting one of their defensive tackles.
Mendenhall on the carry. Mendenhall to the end zone. Touchdown. Rashard Mendenhall with his 7th rushing touchdown of the year.
He doesn't mind having Ta'amu, that big defensive tackle who goes about 350, leading. Ta'amu helped clear a path along with the rest of the offensive line for the initial touchdown of the game for the Cardinals.
Jay Feely now on for the extra point. Feely's extra point is good. So after Tennessee got on the board with a field goal, it's Arizona marching down the field. 9 plays. The final one, a rushing touchdown by Mendenhall. Bruce Arians likes it. Tennessee, not so much.
Today's game is sponsored by Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Here in Nashville, Arizona, 9 plays, 77-yard scoring drive. Look at that play selection. Pretty even. 5 runs, 4 passes, 5 minutes and 4 seconds, and they now lead 7-3. Jay Feely to kick off with Leon Washington back in his end zone. Washington a couple of yards deep. Washington down the sideline, cuts it back. Another good return for him as he gets up to the 31-yard line. Chris Johnson comes back out here for the Titans, and we come back.
Game is sponsored by the all-new 2014 Jeep Cherokee, built free.
Ryan Fitzpatrick in the shotgun, gets rid of it quickly, swings it out to his receiver Kendall Wright, and Wright gets wrapped up right away by Jeremiah Bell. Time for a game break. Let's go back to L.A. Here's Joel Klatt.
All right, Justin, we go to St. Louis, and Kellen Clemens has the Rams off to a hot start. Corey Harkey, 31-yard touchdown, bad tackling by the Saints, and then does his best Michael Waka. That's right, the fastball. 59 days until pitchers and catchers, Justin.
I love it. Thanks for that update, Joe. A loss of 2 on the play. Handoff here to Johnson. Johnson, a good run, a cutback. Johnson breaks free, and he's got the first down up to the 45. A 15-yard run by Chris Johnson.
Watch the left side and the blocking that Chris Johnson receives at the line of scrimmage. Pull one way and go back the other. Look at the path he has now. One of the things about a runner like Chris Johnson, not so powerful on his own at the beginning, so you got to get him to the next level. Get him upfield, and once he gets upfield, he's magic. They kept him clean until he got to the secondary.
4 carries for 28 yards already for Johnson. The handoff to him again. And this time he gets bottled up at the line of scrimmage, maybe loses a yard.
Love how Joel gave us a little baseball coming out of there. You know, Joel's got a baseball background. So
minor league baseball.
But how about him tying it up with Corey Harkey? Remember his father, Mike Harkey?
Yes,
former big-time prospect pitcher. So Joel tying it all together from L.A. in the studio. I love it.
It'll be 2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick gets rid of it quickly again to Delanie Walker. And Walker down the sideline, able to stay in. And they're going to mark him out at the 33-yard line. There is a flag on the play, though, down at the 32 of Tennessee. A 17-yard completion. Let's see what this flag is for.
There's no foul on the play.
I think it fell out of his pocket because the referee was signaling, let's move, and didn't realize it had fallen out of his pocket. But watch after the catch. Watch Craig Stevens downfield, 88. Right there. See that block? That allowed him to get extra yards downfield. He blocked well. Nate Washington, 85, blocked well. Well conceived and designed play, executed.
On first down, Johnson with a handoff, and he gets hit again right away. He's going to lose a yard. Darnell Dockett with the tackle.
I think Darnell Dockett has really benefited from the change in defensive coordinator from Ray Horton to Todd Bowles. Ray Horton's a terrific coordinator, one of the best in the league. But Todd Bowles allows Darnell Dockett really to be Darnell Dockett. He's not having to take on a lot of blockers. He can get upfield and penetrate and make more plays in the backfield. And here's Todd Bowles, came over from Philadelphia, and he's really got this team playing well.
Second down and 11 here for Tennessee. Fitzpatrick steps up over the middle. That pass is complete to Kendall Wright. And Wright has enough for the first down, a 12-yard completion.
Watch Kendall Wright working out of the slot, number 13 in the blue. Just does a nice little bump off of the defensive back, Gerard Powers, and vaults himself to the inside, and with good timing from Ryan Fitzpatrick, Tennessee with another first down. Kendall Wright having a terrific second season in the NFL.
First and 10 for the 22. Hand off to Johnson. Tries to bounce it outside. He cannot. Gets wrapped up by Darnell Dockett. Again, a loss of 3.
Watch the guys in here. Dockett, number 90, principal on the play. Look at that, running it down from the backside, and then from the other side, John Abraham holding the point of attack against the attempted block from Michael Roos, the left tackle. Holds the edge, doesn't allow Johnson to bounce it outside, and they come up with it. Darnell Dockett, 3 tackles from the game so far. 2 of them have been for loss.
On second and 13, Fitzpatrick with some time. Throws to Johnson in the backfield. Johnson, touchdown. A 25-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Fitzpatrick to Chris Johnson.
Now, Chris Johnson's rush totals are down this year, but his pass catching is up. Now, see, the route was supposed to be just a little short route, but because Ryan Fitzpatrick was able to move around in the pocket and extend the life of the play, Chris Johnson just went ahead and moved downfield. Fitzpatrick able to find him, and the Tennessee Titans going to the end zone.
That being the final play of the first quarter, the 4th receiving touchdown of the year for Chris Johnson. And now Rob Baronis on for the extra point. And the kick is good. That is the end of the first quarter. Tennessee leads 10-7. Fox NFL Sunday will return after these messages and a word from your local Fox station. Chris Johnson scored the touchdown off the pass from Ryan Fitzpatrick. A 25-yard touchdown catch. 9 plays, 68 yards. Fitzpatrick 4 for 4. He's a perfect 7 for 7 on the game so far.
And the balance you talked about with Arizona on their last touchdown drive was exhibited by Tennessee on that drive. Run and pass almost equal.
Rob Baronis to kick off. Javier Arenas coming up. Makes the catch at the 8. And Arenas gets tackled as he gets the 25-yard line. All right, so we talked about Arizona coming in the hunt for the playoffs.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, looking at San Francisco, who won earlier today, Carolina playing right now, those 2 teams essentially control their own destiny. If they were to both win 2 of their last 3 games, they're in.
You said it at the start of the show. Arizona has to keep winning. Bruce Arians told our Christina Pink at the top, we can't play 3 games today. We can just play 1. We have to take care of business. And with those other teams continuing to win, Arizona can't afford to slip up.
Fitzgerald in motion here on first down. Palmer throws to Fitzgerald and completes the pass. A pickup of 8 yards. Moses Foku with the tackle.
Larry Fitzgerald, a little bit of a career renaissance, not necessarily in terms of gaining more yardage or catching more passes, but being asked to do more this year. Bruce Arians went to him and said, you're not just going to play one spot. You're going to play all over the place. So far today, we've seen him outside. We've seen him in the slot tight. We've seen him out a little bit wider. See him in motion now. He'll be everywhere in this offense.
Handoff up the middle to Mendenhall. And Mendenhall tries to spin forward, and with that spin, the extra effort, he has the first down. You look at the stable of running backs that this Cardinals team has in Mendenhall, Stephon Taylor, Andre Ellington. They've got good backs.
They've got, as you mentioned, a full stable of them. So much so that one of their top draft picks a few years ago, Ryan Williams, has been inactive all season long. He has no chance to get on the field with that crew.
Mendenhall on first down, trying to bounce it outside. And Mendenhall will get wrapped up after a pickup of 2. Bernard Pollard and Rapati Fatuatua combined for the tackle.
The free agent pickups for both teams have really paid dividends for them. Bernard Pollard coming over after a Super Bowl championship with the Baltimore Ravens has provided a better edge and attitude to the defense. How about Rapati Fatuatua? How about the play he's made this year for Tennessee after being an undrafted free agent coming out of college?
Second down and 8, empty backfield. Palmer throws again to Larry Fitzgerald, and Fitzgerald has the first down up at midfield. Only one show makes dreams come true and discover superstars. American Idol returns this January with Jennifer Lopez, Keith Urban, and Harry Connick Jr. American Idol, the search for a superstar, begins this January on Fox. Fitzgerald in motion here on first down. Play action. Palmer completes the pass to Andre Roberts, who gets tripped up after a pickup of 3 by Cody Sensabaugh.
It's good open field tackle by Sensabaugh, because what Bruce Arians wants to do is get the ball to people who are in motion. Kind of like Newton's first law, body in motion, right? So you get the ball out to them so they can get it on the run. If you don't get that initial tackle, those guys are eating up yardage after the catch. Sensabaugh in the open field gets him down.
Second down and 7. Handoff is to Ellington, breaks the tackle, cuts it back near side. Ellington down the sideline. He's going to run out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Carl Klug got a chance to wrap him up in the backfield. Instead, it's a 22-yard pickup.
You had it exactly right. Carl Klug's wondering where the help is, because right there, he makes the initial play. He's made the running back slow his feet down and stop and stutter. So where is everyone else? But Ellington able to elude Klug, and since none of the rest of the posse is there, he escapes out the back door and picks up a nice chunk of yardage.
First and 10, Mendenhall back in. Mendenhall up the middle. And Rashard Mendenhall up to the 21-yard line, picks up 4.
Remember that type of formation for down the road. When you see those heavy bunch formations and full stacks that suggest power football, those are ones you run, then you pull it out of his stomach and throw it downfield to someone, get a one-receiver route later. All setups. A lot of play calling is setting things up for something that you want big later.
Second and 6. Mendenhall again. Rashard Mendenhall up to the 17-yard line, tackled by Jason McCourty.
That was essentially the same formation, except now you substitute a tight end out of the game. You bring Michael Floyd, the receiver, back in, and again, you have heavy bunch. So it's the same look. And you mentioned this earlier in the game, Justin, different guys coming from all over the field doing different things, but the same essential formations, just with a little bit different look, a little bit different guy in that position.
And Michael Floyd, he can disguise himself as a tight end. He's so big.
It's amazing how the size of these wide receivers now with their ability to run.
3rd and 2. It's Ellington. Play clock is down to 2. Palmer gets hit as he throws, and the pass is complete. Larry Fitzgerald with the catch. And this is very close. That first down marker. It looks like they have it. How about Carson Palmer, though, staying in there as he got hit, able to complete the pass.
Agreed. Excellent toughness by Carson Palmer. Look at him surveying the field. Feels the bump from the backside because Cameron Wimbley, number 95, had knocked his blocker right back into Carson Palmer and bumped him off of his focus, but he stayed with it and completed the pass for the first down to Fitzgerald.
1st and 10 from the 15. Handoff to Ellington. Ellington able to break one tackle, can't break the second. He's going to lose 2.
Really nice play by Derek Morgan, the defensive end. He was drafted to rush the passer and get double-digit sacks. It really hasn't turned out that way for him in his career at Tennessee, but that has not deterred him from doing all the other things that you're supposed to do as a defensive end, playing the run well, taking care of responsibilities and assignments. And on that play, stacking up the running play by the Arizona Cardinals.
2nd down and 12. Arizona goes empty backfield. Palmer, that pass I think was deflected, but still it is incomplete. Fitzgerald cannot pick it up. 3rd and 12 coming up.
That was just a power route by Larry Fitzgerald. What I mean by that is Fitzgerald is 6'3", 218, working against the defensive back McCourty, 6 foot 193. That looked like the basketball that you work on, Justin. He just bodied him up, posted him up, and tried to catch the football.
Sammy Hill got a piece of it. That's why the ball was wobbly. 3rd and 12. Play clock is down to 2. Palmer over the middle, completes to Ellington. And Ellington dives forward. He's going to come up shy of the first down marker. Decision time here for Arizona, and they're going to go for the field goal.
I think it's the right call this early in the game. Arizona plenty more opportunities on offense. They're moving and clicking pretty well now. You don't turn down points here. Not anywhere close to a desperation move. Munchak, we saw him, the head coach of the Titans, happy with his defense coming up with that 3rd down stop and forcing a field goal attempt.
Feely from 25 yards out. And the kick is good. We are all tied up here in Tennessee. 10-10 Cardinals and Titans.
Is sponsored by Citizen Echo Drive. Fueled by light, it never needs a battery.
This holiday season, as part of the league's commitment to celebrate and honor alumni players, NFL Homecoming spotlights the return of legends to stadiums across the country and the fans whose unwavering support makes stadiums feel just like home. To access exclusive content and hear legends in their own words, visit NFL.com/homecoming. 10-10 ball game, 7:21 to go here in this first half. Jay Feely will kick off with Leon Washington back deep. Washington from the 2. A dangerous return man. He gets tripped up as he gets up to the 17-yard line. Santa Slate. Is that Santa? 10-10 here in Nashville. Ryan Fitzpatrick, also known as the Amish Rifle, off to a good start. 7 for 7. On first down, the handoff to Sean Green, and Green spins away from one tackle. Friday, January 3rd, one of the best bowl games of the year is on Fox. As the 13th-ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys take on James Franklin and the 8th-ranked Missouri Tigers. The AT&T Cotton Bowl Classic is Friday, January 3rd at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox. Charles, you'll be there with Gus, and that, I think, is one of the top 3 bowl games of the year.
It's terrific. If you like offense, this is a game to tune into, because Clint Shelf has really solidified things for Oklahoma State as their quarterback, and James Franklin, his return, really helped propel Missouri to an SEC East title.
Fitzpatrick dancing around. Throws, and he completes that pass to Kenny Britt. How about the improvisational skills there by Ryan Fitzpatrick? And I use improvisational, it's a big word. He went to Harvard.
Well, he would probably come up with an even bigger word for that. But you're right. This is the second time we've seen today that his ability to extend the life of a play and find a receiver downfield has benefited Tennessee. First time, Chris Johnson caught it for a touchdown. This time, able to slide one in for another first down for the Titans.
1st and 10 here for Tennessee.
Check. Easy, reload. Ready, go.
Handoff is to Green. Green, a good run on first down. Time for a game break. Let's check back in with Joel Klatt.
Coach, let's go to Carolina. How about this nifty play design from Cam Newton to D'Angelo Williams? The screen pass, and it goes for 72 yards. The touchdown, Williams season long. Newton's 21st of the year, matches his career high. 13-6 Panthers. Justin, Charles, and Christina.
Joel, thanks so much, although I was looking for another baseball reference.
Don't worry, he'll come back with one.
Justin Kutcher alongside Charles Davis and Christina Pink here from Nashville on 2nd down and 4. And up the middle, a flag does come out. Our referee today is Pete Morelli.
Illegal shift. Offense. 2 men moving. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
A 5-yard penalty here against Tennessee. And so now it's 2nd down and 9.
See Mike Munchak, the head coach of the Tennessee Titans. They also still have playoff aspirations. You know, the light's flickering a little for them, but they want to win these last 3 and give it a shot.
Fitzpatrick, that ball sailed on him. Maybe got tipped as well. Intended receiver was Kendall Wright.
You certainly hope that one got tipped, because otherwise you do have one of baseball reference. That's kind of the pitcher picking up a slow roller, right? And lollipopping it to first base and the ball sails, because that's not normal for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Pretty accurate at that type of distance. Ball just kind of took off on him, unless, as you noted, it got tipped.
His first incomplete pass of the game. 3rd and 9. Pressure coming. Fitzpatrick to the sideline, completes that pass to Nate Washington for the first down. A 13-yard completion.
Now, how about him coming back after the errant throw the play before on a real easy route, and how about him turning that one loose and putting it right out there for Nate Washington? Could not have been a better thrown football by Ryan Fitzpatrick. What's that nickname for him again? The Amish Rifle?
The Amish Rifle.
They gave that to him in Buffalo, and his friend Carson Palmer, quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals, loves to incessantly tease him about it.
A handoff to Green, who gets wrapped up in the backfield. He's going to lose 4 yards. Calais Campbell with the tackle for the loss.
I think the Titans, running Sean Green now, I think they've got to think about what they were doing earlier in the game. Mix it up a little bit more on first down. Back to maybe some more first down throws. Loosen things up a little. What's happening now is that Todd Bowles, the defense coordinator of the Cardinals, starting to draw a bead on the play calling. Chris Johnson out of the game for the moment, and he's stacking it up for the run on 1st and 10.
2nd down and 14. Fitzpatrick over the middle, completes it to Delaney Walker. And Walker is down the 42-yard line.
You know who's been forgotten a little bit this year on defense for Arizona has been Darrell Washington. A Pro Bowler in 2012, but you've had the great story of Carlos Dansby and his rebirth here. You've had the incredible story of John Abraham, who's come along and has 11 sacks on the year. Darrell Washington missed the first 4 games of the year due to NFL suspension. But since he's been back, he's playing at an elite level. But other people aren't talking about him the same way because he wasn't there from the beginning.
On 3rd and 9. They completed just before the pass is complete to Delaney Walker, but he gets tackled by John Abraham. And now 4th down coming up after a pickup of 4.
Been interesting to watch these defensive ends who get converted to outside linebacker even late in their career, and watching them play on their feet in open space. And John Abraham, who we always knew could run, has adjusted quite well. Did you see the play he just made there out in the open field? Running down the receiver, keeping him from getting a 1st down.
Forces the punt here by Brett Kern with Patrick Peterson back at his own 10-yard line.
He hasn't had a big return all year. He's due to start getting that going again.
Peterson will let this one bounce, and it will be downed inside the 5. Cody Sensabaugh, special teams, downs it at the 3-yard line. With 2 minutes to go here in the first half, we're all tied at 10 here in Nashville. Arizona backed up at their own 3-yard line. Stephon Taylor in the backfield. On 1st down, it is Taylor with the carry, and Taylor gets spun around up at the 5, able to pick up 2. And a timeout is taken here by Tennessee. 10-10 ball game here with 1:53 to go in the 2nd quarter. Coming up, it's the Visa halftime. Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy will have scores, highlights, and analysis from games going on around the league. A rough day for the NFC East. Hasn't been a rough year for the NFC East. Brady and the Pats, they come up short against the Dolphins. Here on 2nd down and 8, empty backfield for Carson Palmer.
Big opportunity for the Titans here if they can hold them in.
Palmer's pass is complete to Floyd for another 1st down. Up to the 25-yard line.
Watch the tempo now. They're going to jump it up and try and move it. Now they picked up a 1st down and got out of the shadow of their own end zone. They can start to make a move.
And they had to call a timeout. Confusion with the personnel on the field.
Today's game is sponsored by the Samsung Galaxy Note 3 and Galaxy Gear.
I didn't think the Grinch could have a hat from Santa Claus. Palmer throws over the middle, complete to Larry Fitzgerald. Picks up 6. Cody Sensabaugh with his 5th tackle of the game. 2nd down and 4. Arizona going in a hurry up with 1:20 to go here in this first half. Palmer, he gets sacked. Taken down by Jarrell Casey, the 10th sack of the season for Casey. And a timeout taken here by Tennessee, a loss of 7 on the sack.
Coming up on the Visa halftime, we'll talk about the Eagles losing big time, the Giants getting shut out at home for the first time since '95, and the Redskins giving away their game to the Falcons. The NFC East in December. I guess it means the door's open for Dallas, right? These guys will talk about that on the Visa halftime.
The NFC East in December, in September, October, November, it didn't matter. It's been an ugly year.
You know, and everybody was pointing towards that Philadelphia-Dallas game for the last game of the year. A lot of shenanigans and twists and turns before we get there. And there's Jarrell Casey, as you pointed out before the break, getting his 10th sack of the season. The first defensive tackle in Titans history to get 10 sacks since Ray Childress on the inside.
3rd and 11 as you counted 7 DBs in right now for Tennessee. Palmer backing up, throws for Fitzgerald, a lot of contact, no flag. Fitzgerald was looking for one. Sensabaugh on the coverage.
The officials let them work it out. It's kind of like your brothers battling. Watch here in the slot. Fitzgerald going downfield working Sensabaugh. Now your parents say, okay, you two just take it in the backyard and work it out yourselves. That's what the officials did. Because Sensabaugh had his hands on Fitzgerald before the ball got there. They could have made the call, but they said, you guys are pushing and bumping and grinding. You two figure it out.
Darrell Washington fumbles the punt, picks it up at the 25, and gets tackled up at the 34-yard line. 56 seconds to go here in this first half. Arizona and Tennessee are tied at 10. This is your game. This is your show. Join the guys on Fox Football Daily every weeknight for the best insights, analysis, and interviews in football. Catch Fox Football Daily weeknights at 6 p.m. Eastern, only on America's new sports network, Fox Sports 1.
You know what we're doing next week, boss? You and me?
Watching Fox Football Daily?
No, we're going out daily. We're crashing the set.
You can. I can't.
No. We go together. All right? We're going to crash the set, get a segment in.
I would love it.
All right, let's see what they're going to do here running offense with less than a minute to go in the half.
Fitzpatrick, pressure, gets out of the pocket, throws. Had a man open. That man was Kendall Wright. But the pressure applied by Darnell Dockett.
Yeah, I don't think he saw him, right? Just what you pointed out. Wright came open late in the route as he scrambled, and he'd already made up his mind to get rid of the football, preserve time, and make sure he didn't take a sack. And then I'm sure as he threw the football, there he is. Because he did come open late, coming from the backside of the formation across the field.
2nd down and 10. Chris Johnson is in at tailback.
They better find a way to block Darnell Dockett. He's had a real effect in the first half.
Fitzpatrick throwing to the far sideline through the hands of Nate Washington. 3rd and 10 coming up.
Looked like a pretty well thrown football. Not sure if Nate had enough room. Nate Washington had enough room on the sideline in order to haul it in. Let's take a look. Yeah, he had to reach and really stretch to try and get it, so it may have been just a little bit outside of his grasp, but it was the right idea. Don't be surprised with pressure. Sometimes when teams present a lot of pressure, you've got to have working against them. Screen in this situation might be in order.
On 3rd and 10, Fitzpatrick connects with Kendall Wright, and Wright dives across the 40-yard line. Tackled by Darrell Washington, and now a timeout is taken by Arizona.
But what about the hustle of Darrell Washington? I believe he rushed the passer on that play and then came back into the secondary to make the tackle. Darrell Washington is built much more like an outside linebacker, strong safety, not an inside linebacker, about 238 pounds. But he uses his quickness, his speed, and terrific hands to shed blockers and work through trash and get to a play. On that one, he just used pure speed and hustle to go from rushing the passer to the secondary to make the tackle.
It's a reason he had 140 tackles last year, 9 sacks in his Pro Bowl year.
You come out of TCU and play for Gary Patterson, you know how to play defense. If you can play on the defensive side, you know how to play with effort, heart, hustle, and a whole lot of good technique.
Brett Kern on to punts. Patrick Peterson back at his own 15. Peterson, fair catch, makes it at the 15-yard line with 28 seconds to go.
I think he fair caught that one because of time. I think he wanted to preserve it for his offense rather than catch it, move around a little bit, eat up a little more time. If you catch that one and make a move, you got to go. You got to pick up a big chunk of yardage. And I think he was just trying to preserve it for his offense. Let's see if they decide to actually go here, or if they just want to go into the half with this 10-10 tie. Looks like they're going to spread it out, get things started.
Andre Ellington in the backfield. He's been dangerous as a wide receiver out of the backfield. And so it's a handoff, breaks the tackle. Ellington gets out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, the idea was to run that type of a play. If you picked up a good chunk of yardage as we saw here with 20 seconds, now I think they call a play that tries to get it downfield. If they don't gain anything, I think they just go ahead and sit down and go to the half. Now with this type of field position and a quarterback you trust in Carson Palmer, and see R.J. Ellington, initial hit in the backfield as he breaks through that. Got Cameron Wimblett.
Palmer throws. That one was nearly picked off, and this time it's Michael Floyd acting like the defensive player. Alteron Werner almost with a 6th interception of the year.
Look at the coverage by Werner at the top of the screen, 20. Has a little bump, falls back into the coverage, terrific. And then, for the second time, as you said, Michael Floyd now imitating Larry Fitzgerald, going from wide receiver to defensive back to prevent the interception by the Titans.
2nd down and 10 with 15 seconds to go. The handoff to Taylor. And Taylor will get out of bounds with 8 seconds left and 3rd down coming up.
You get the sense he might as well have stayed in bounds on that play. Because I don't get the feel now that the Cardinals are thinking about throwing it downfield. You had the near interception. They've had good pressure that's come from the Titans in the first half. But then Coach Arians probably wants to just go ahead and get out of here. Good 10-10 tie in the first half. Regroup and start over.
On 3rd and 7, Palmer rolling out, throws towards the sideline, completes it with 2 seconds to go to Andre Roberts. A 12-yard completion, the 1st down.
It fooled me a little bit because I thought they'd go ahead and run another draw or something, get out of there. Nice little route to Roberts in the corner. Now do you just go ahead and throw it up there and try and Hail Mary it, try and get something cheap at the end of the half? Worst case scenario, you end up with a penalty and you get an untimed down.
Yeah. Tennessee, their secondary is almost by the end zone. Palmer trying to step up. He can't get set. Jarrell Casey and Bernard Pollard combine for the sack. And that will do it for the first half. Here in Nashville, the score is 10-10, Tennessee and Arizona. We now go to Kurt Menefee in LA for the Visa halftime, which starts right now.
Welcome to the Visa Halftime Report. What's your football fantasy?
As we welcome you to the Visa Halftime, Kurt Menefee along with Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy. Time to roll in the highlights here in Green Bay and Dallas.
All right, Tony Romo having some words with Jason Garrett. How you doing? Jason Witten said, hey, Coach, how you doing? All right, I'm wide open playing with the football. So Romo from the slot, flexed out is Witten. Nice little shake move to the out, back to the inside, 25-yard touchdown, 19-3. Awfully impressive, the Cowboys on top early in this football game with Green Bay. Saints and the Rams, Chris Long on the left, Laurinaitis on the right, Drew Brees rolling, throwing right. 1, 2, 3 Rams. Only one receiver, Tremaine Johnson, intercepts Brees and down. The Rams are up by 7. Then Kelly Clemens 2. Lance Kendricks, 4-yard touchdown, wide open. 24. Am I reading this right?
You're reading it right.
Are you kidding me? Remind me never to pick against family again. Chiefs at the Raiders. Alex Smith to Jamal Charles. Delayed screen. Watch this. Here we go. Good blocking. Speed. 49 yards, Jimmy. After all that chicken you just ate. Well, I got to be careful there.
Did you learn your lesson with that?
I know. Well, he's on. Yeah. Moving right along. Alex Smith to Jamal Charles. 16-yard touchdown. 4 touchdowns in the game so far for Charles. 35-7. The Chiefs awfully impressive. On top of the Raiders, Jets, and the Panthers. Second quarter, Newton over 220 yards throwing in the first half. Great fake left. Then the delayed screen back to the right to D'Angelo Williams. Great blocking downfield against the Jets. 72-yarder. 13-6 Carolina on top of the Jets early. Then Newton scrambles. Then he's taken down by Richardson. Newton appears to be shaken up on the play, but he would head to the locker room early in the first half. There's your score, 16-6 Carolina on top of the Jets.
Earlier today, Seattle picked off Eli 5 times and shut out the Giants. Minnesota upset Philadelphia. The Bears win by 7 in Cleveland. San Francisco gets a step closer to clinching a playoff spot. Atlanta beat Washington 27-26. Miami upsets New England by 4. Indianapolis rolls over Houston, who's now lost 12 in a row. And Buffalo knocks off Jacksonville. All right. Visa play of the first half. Zach Stacy of the Rams taking it 29 yards and into the Visa play of the half. Some of you get more highlights, others local news.
Back here in Nashville, nightfall is upon us. It's 10-10 as we get set to start the third quarter between Arizona and Tennessee. Justin Kutcher alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we came into this game talking about the importance for Arizona. They need to win. They played pretty well. Tennessee's played pretty well in that first half.
I think maybe we underestimated Tennessee's importance of wanting to win also and needing to win. They're not out of the playoffs yet either. They need to win their last 3 to have a shot, and they're playing exactly that way.
Well, here's a recap of that first half. Arizona trying to run the ball. They've run the ball pretty effectively using a couple different backs, and really a good first half for Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, Rashad Mendenhall paid it off. Andre Ellington really got him in the position. But for Tennessee, Ryan Fitzpatrick's ability to extend the life of a play really allowed them to make some plays. And in the first half, I thought 2 defensive tackles in particular were terrific. Darnell Dockett for Arizona and Darrell Casey for Tennessee. Casey had 2 sacks, and Dockett seemingly was in the backfield on almost every running play.
Follow your favorite team all season long. Go to itunes.com/NFL. Arizona will kick off to open up this third quarter. Leon Washington is back deep, a dangerous return man. Had a 95-yard kickoff return last week. And the loss at Denver.
They're getting more out of the kick return game. They've done a nice job of blocking things up, and a guy like Leon Washington gets you more yardage because he's so good back there.
Jay Feely goes short with the kickoff. And it's fumbled. And it looks like Arizona may have passed it, and they did. Antoine Cason appears to be the player down there who got possession for Arizona.
Sky kick, and they kicked it right to the perfect guy, because what they did was they kicked it to Patrick Bailey, who's a linebacker by trade. Not very skilled at handling these kicks. What they teach you is to fair catch these. Patrick Bailey didn't even fair catch it. It caught him off guard. Then he didn't handle the ball at all. Went through his arms, and Bruce Arians comes right out of the gate and tries to create an extra possession for his offense, and does so.
14:57.
They'll reset the game clock to 14:57.
And you see what's been a big part of Arizona this year is the 26 takeaways. Ordinarily, you would really be in the plus side on turnover ratio, but they struggled so early throwing interceptions that they came into this game even. Let's see if they attack right away on first down after the turnover.
They hand off to Ellington. And Ellington will pick up a yard as we go down checking with Christina Pink.
Thanks, Justin. Well, Bernard Pollard and Darrell Casey combined for that sack at the end of the first half, and Mike Munchak said that's going to be the key for them winning this ball game. They have to pressure Carson Palmer and continue to frustrate him and get in his face. He said their passing game has been okay on offense, but they need to find more consistency in the run game. Too many negative plays. Also spoke with Coach Bruce Arians, who said he thought their offense did well on that first drive, thought they moved the ball well, but defensively, he said that they have to make sure that they can contain Ryan Fitzpatrick. He had too many scrambles there in the first half, guys.
He did. He extended those plays, and it led to a touchdown. Palmer over the middle. That pass is broken up nicely by Alteron Werner. The intended receiver was Britton Golden.
Nice.
3rd and 9 coming up.
Nice coverage by Werner. Able to come over the top and knock it away. That's the second time he's broken up a pass in this ball game.
20 passes defended, 5 interceptions on the season as well. Empty backfield here on 3rd and 9. Low snap, Palmer has trouble, able to pick it up, and then he gets taken down. Derek Morgan with the sack for Tennessee. So a good job by Tennessee's defense after the fumble on the kickoff.
A little bit errant snap by Lyle Sendline. Palmer unable to go down and get it and grasp it. But this is not what Bruce Arians had in mind when he sky kicked it to start the second half.
Not at all.
Turned into the 3rd sack of the game. I don't think he envisioned Jay Feely with a long field goal attempt ending this drive.
This is from 47 yards out. And Feely's kick is good. Feely able to connect from 47 to give Arizona a 13-10 lead.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And by Ford. Only Ford gives you EcoBoost. Southwest.com. And by Ford. Only Ford gives you EcoBoost fuel economy and a whole lot more.
We'd like to thank the men and women in uniform serving around the world, watching today's broadcast in 175 countries and aboard ships at sea on AFN, the American Forces Network. Thank you for all you do. We hope you're enjoying today's game. Jay Feely now to kick off. Leon Washington racing over to take it at the 4-yard line. Washington trying to cut it back as he gets tackled up at the 25.
As we start this possession, let's give some credit to Tennessee's defense. Jerry Gray, the defensive coordinator, just elected to the College Football Hall of Fame for his exploits at the University of Texas. What a nice job handling what a lot of people would call sudden change.
Yep.
That was like a turnover. Sky kick by Bruce Arians, caught him off guard. They thought the defense thought the offense was going to start the half. They had to run out there, killed off the drive, and held them to a field goal. That's an brilliant advantage for the defense.
Hand off to Chris Johnson. Johnson dives forward, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and let's go to a game break. Once again, here's Joe Clapp.
All right, Justin, let's go down to Dallas, where the Cowboys are all over the Packers. Here's DeMarco Murray from 1 yard out. The touchdown run, his 8th of the season. Cowboys up 26-3. Justin Charles and Christina. Good to see David Price on the field before this one.
Yes, there's a baseball reference.
You go. Joel, you would have turned that fastball around. You would have handled that. You would have handled that high heat and sent it the other direction.
I'm not sure about the slider. Play action. Fitzpatrick stepping up, taking the shot down the field. The flag is thrown. Intended the receiver was Kendall Wright. And let's see what this
Illegal
flag
contact. Number 23, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
That's against Brian McCann, not the guy who just signed with the New York Yankees.
And right now, the Arizona Cardinals are saying, our Larry Fitzgerald doesn't get those kind of calls. There's contact all the time when he's running routes, and they're wondering where the flags are for him. And we saw one in the first half that probably should have been thrown, and it was ignored at that time. Instead, the Cardinals pick up the illegal contact downfield, help out the Titans on this drive.
The first penalty for Arizona, just the 3rd penalty of the game. Handoff to Johnson again, and Johnson nowhere to go. Matt Shaughnessy and Calais Campbell combine for the tackle.
What Todd Bowles did, the defense coordinator of the Arizona Cardinals on that play, was he ended up plugging up all the gaps and used Rashard Johnson, the free safety, to come upfield and make sure that there is no cutback and no one leaking through. Managed to knife into every one of the gaps up front, clog up the play, and hold him to minimal gain.
On 2nd down, play action. Fitzpatrick has a man overthrows the intended receiver, Kenny Britt. Britt had his man beat.
This is one you want back. Britt all the way at the top of the screen. Shakes off the bump and has the inside position. If the ball is put right on him, he's there. Gets the inside position on Antoine Cason, the cornerback. And that was a big play. Opportunity missed by the Tennessee Titans.
So now 3rd and 10, Jackie Battle in. Pressure coming. Fitzpatrick trying to step up. There's a flag thrown. Fitzpatrick still on his feet as he gets taken down now from behind at the 34-yard line.
Carlos Dansby was wreaking havoc on that play yet again for the Arizona Cardinals. 0 Pro Bowls for Dansby thus far. He's making a real push this year.
Illegal use of hands, hands to the face. Number 20, defense. 5-yard penalty be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
So all the way out wide would be Cason, the cornerback. And you see the hands, so the illegal contact with the hands there, working against number 14, Michael Preston, the wide receiver. Cason's playing time going up with the loss of Tyrann Mathieu. The rookie player, probably the rookie defensive player of the year if he had made it through the rest of the regular season.
Fitzpatrick again stepping up over the middle. Incomplete. Kendall Wright again, the intended receiver, but you mentioned Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger. And this is what he did for this team. 88% of the defensive plays he was involved in.
And you know what else he did? Because of his ability to play in multiple roles, they didn't have to substitute when they wanted to go nickel, or they didn't have to substitute when they wanted to show the dime look, different things of that nature. He could go play in the slot. He could go play out on the corner. He played the safety position. So he didn't have to tip your hand as a defense with him on the field at all times.
On 2nd and 10, they swing it out to Johnson. Johnson gets a block pass and running room. And that's where he's so dangerous as he gets shoved out of bounds by Rashad Johnson.
And watch Delaney Walker. I think right here, the tight end, as they get downfield. One good block there. Look at that, getting out there, big country. David Stewart, 76 with a nice block. Preston, 14, working on Jeremiah Bell. Anytime you run a screen that's effective, you don't do it without guys giving you some good blocks at the initial line of scrimmage.
They want to try to figure out ways to give him some running room, Chris Johnson that is, and that's one way to do it. Now the handoff to Johnson. And Johnson gets up to the 40, picks up 2 yards.
I go back to the defense going out on the field after the sky kick was fumbled, playing like it's a sudden change, like it's a turnover, holding Arizona to a field goal, and I think that helped energize the offense a little bit. Gave them a nice little go, hey, look at what the guys did for us. Now let's see if we can help pay them off a little bit. Take a look at the defense reclining on the bench right now, getting ready for the next possession.
Sean Green now in at tailback on 2nd down and 8. Play action. Fitzpatrick throws low and short, and that is incomplete. Looking for Kendall Wright. And don't forget about that penalty, the hands, the illegal hands. That was on 3rd down. That would have forced a punt.
It would have helped them. It would have got him off the field. And look at the hit that he ends up taking. Right in the middle. Looks like number 98, Frosty Rucker. And you know, last week Ryan Fitzpatrick took an incredible shot from Von Miller. Denver Broncos to the side of the head. He ended up with Von Miller, got fined $25,000. He told us that beard helped save him, helped cushion the blow. He needed the beard more on that one from Frosty Rucker.
He needed a beard on his back. On 3rd down, the pass is complete to Kendall Wright. 20-yard completion on 3rd down again.
And watch who he's working against. Okay, Wright is in the slot working against who? Maybe the best corner in the league in Patrick Peterson. Nice route by Wright, takes him downfield, breaks it to the sideline, and a terrific throw by Ryan Fitzpatrick. Remember the opportunities missed on this drive in terms of throws. I counted 3 prior to that one that could have been big plays for the Titans. That one they completed.
1st and 10 from the 20, red zone opportunity. Chris Johnson back in at running back. Fitzpatrick is pressured. Look at that spin move. And he's going to lose 5 yards as he gets taken down by Carlos Dansby.
That's a full beard, isn't it? And we see Carlos Dansby now. We just talked about it a minute ago, Justin. This guy's not been to a Pro Bowl. So my equation for him would be the linebacker for the Washington Redskins, right? Who's the guy who didn't go for all those years? Think about it now, the inside linebacker, right? We'll get back to you in a minute. I'm just going to give you a little quiz.
2nd and 15, Fitzpatrick now slides. He got hit as he tried to slide. Frosty Rucker delivered the blow.
London Fletcher.
I was going to say,
I knew you were on it. I just couldn't give you a play. London Fletcher, all those years he played, right? Played at such a high level. It could never get to the Pro Bowl. Carlos Dansby making that effort to get there this year. I think he's got that opportunity.
3rd and 13 here for Tennessee.
All right, this is a down now for Todd Bowles. Do you bring extra pressure, or you just rely on the guys who have gotten there before? Dockett, 90. John Abraham 55, Calais Campbell 93.
Pressure is coming. The pass is complete over the middle again to Wright. And Wright is going to have the first down. Another third down conversion here for Tennessee.
And they brought full pressure at Ryan Fitzpatrick. And how about him standing in, handling the heat, and delivering? And really give his offensive line a lot of credit, because they were able to repel a lot of that charge. And that allowed Kendall Wright on the drag route, shallow cross, to get there before Rashad Johnson brought him down.
Kendall Wright, 6 catches, 58 yards on the day, and now it's 1st and goal from the 9. Fitzpatrick again completes the pass as Wright gets thrown to the turf by Darrell Washington. I mean thrown. And now some talking going on.
I mean, look at this. I mean, that's full amateur wrestling. That's a 2-point takedown.
In UFC, that's just a good move.
Yeah. And control. Wow. But how about Kendall Wright bouncing right up? Worked out hard in the offseason, added a little bit of weight. He bounced up and talked a little bit, and then he said, okay, let me go get a break. I don't want to show you I'm hurt, but that did hurt.
14th play of the drive coming up here for Tennessee.
They keep splitting Delaney Walker out, don't they?
Fitzpatrick, that pass is incomplete, intended for Delaney Walker on the slant. Jeremiah Bell able to get a hand on it.
Yeah, what they were trying to do is get the matchup they liked, which is Delaney Walker, who was a wide receiver coming out of college and still has those types of skills with a bigger body, or against a smaller defender, put him on what they call the nub end of the formation, the backside of the formation, with all the receivers to the opposite side, had a one-on-one route out there.
If it's the nub end, shouldn't it be marked up against Rashad Johnson?
He should be one-on-one with Rashad, who now has that tip of the finger gone and continuing to play after losing against New Orleans earlier this year.
3rd and goal from the 5. Empty backfield to the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Looking for Walker again, and a flag comes in.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Number 59, defense. After this is a goal, automatic first down.
Marcus Bernard gets called for the penalty. And that's big again.
They get a stop. And then Bernard, plays done. Oh, that's an easy call for the official. Ball's gone. You have to be smarter than that, Marcus Bernard. You just kept the drive moving for the Tennessee Titans.
3 first downs on this drive by a penalty on the Arizona Cardinals.
I know Coach Arians doesn't like it, but when he sees the film, he'll understand. He knows quarterbacks are protected in this league.
On 1st and goal, Fitzpatrick incomplete as Kenny Britt got hit hard, and another flag comes in.
Now this will be an interesting call, because that sure like Rashad Johnson tried to put a shoulder into the chest of Kenny Britt and knock the ball away. That's the initial blush for me on the initial look. Let's see.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, contact on a defenseless player, half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
There's a throw, the hit.
My question is,
it looks to me like he's got a shoulder into his chest. I'm not sure what more he could have done there, because it certainly did not appear to be helmet to helmet to me. And after the play was done, it was a part of the play.
Fitzpatrick to the end zone, touchdown. Delaney Walker. All those penalties mounted up for Arizona, and it almost seemed inevitable that Tennessee would score a touchdown.
So you count them up, right? Antoine Cason with the legal hands, right? Contact, kept the drive alive. Marcus Bernard roughing the passer. Those I got. The Rashad Johnson one I don't get. But as you noted, it all added up, and Tennessee ends up paying it off for the touchdown.
Rob Baronis on for the extra point. (17-13). The Titans back up on top. Little play action. They find Walker back in the end zone. Arizona not happy. Look at that scoring drive by Tennessee. 16 plays, but it was certainly aided by those 4 first downs, courtesy of the Arizona penalties.
And I think 3 of them were legit. I think the one call against Rashad Johnson down in the end zone, that would be one I would take heavy exception to. I don't know how you could be defenseless on a bang-bang play like that, and he certainly wasn't targeting it.
Baronis to kick off. Javier Arenas from the 1. Arenas across the 25 up to the 27-yard line. 6:08 to go here in the third. Fitzpatrick finding Walker back in the end zone to give the Titans the lead.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Walking with Dinosaurs. Friday, only in theaters.
17-13. Tennessee now leading Arizona. Palmer under center. On first on the handoff to Ellington. Ellington getting to the outside. He lowers that shoulder, and it looks like he's going to have the first down. Well, Greg Kinnear is coming to Fox in a new show called Rake. If Dr. House was a lawyer, it would be this guy. And you know he'll be getting into all kinds of trouble. Don't miss Rake, premiering Thursday, January 23rd, right here on Fox.
I like the title. You know, the word rake. You know, you don't use that very often in today's language to describe the type of guy Greg Kinnear is going to play. I love how they put that in there.
1st and 10, Palmer in the shotgun, empty backfield. Floyd in motion. Palmer over the middle to his tight end, and that is complete to Jake Ballard. Scandal fans will recognize that name, Jake Ballard.
Darrell Casey, did you see what he did on that play? We've seen him usually moving towards the quarterback. On that one, he dropped out of the line of scrimmage into coverage and was upset he didn't get a hand on the football that Jake Ballard possessed.
He also had a wardrobe malfunction.
I didn't really want to. Yeah.
2nd down and 3. Handoff up the middle. It's Mendenhall. Rashard Mendenhall up to the 45 of Tennessee.
Good push by the offensive line, and look at all the bodies bunched up to the right side of the offense, left side of the defense, and they created a nice crease for Rashard Mendenhall to take off. Look at that, 73 in there. Eric Winston, Fanica 74, right guard, send line 63, and then the extra blockers, and look, same type of look, big bunch to the right side before the movement by Ballard.
And off again, Mendenhall looking for something. And Mendenhall trying to dive back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like he may lose a yard.
Timing was thrown off a little there because on that play, the defensive front of Tennessee got the push. And Jim Dre, 81, the tight end who was coming up from the right side back to the left side, was really thrown back into the runner. Messed up the timing of the play.
Second and 10 for Arizona. Ellington splits out. Palmer with time, throws for Ellington, completes it. Ellington with a move, gets tackled inside the 10. Cody Sensabaugh brings him down.
Watch Andre Ellington here, a running back who possesses wide receiver skills. You hear it all the time, but then when you see it in action, because look at the focus and the concentration. From the middle of the field, Moses Foku, 53, crossed his face and could have really upset his concentration and focus on the football, but he didn't get it done. Ellington with an excellent catch.
A 38-yard completion. Mendenhall now in, takes the handoff. And Mendenhall will pick up a yard up to the 6-yard line.
I'm going to go back to that last play and bring up something that you brought up early in the game, partner. And you talked about how this offense, they asked all these players, the skill position guys, to play in all the different spots and run routes and plays that maybe they're not totally comfortable with or familiar with. That's a running back running a wide receiver route for a big play for Arizona.
A big reason why they're playing better of late. They finally adjusted to the offense of Bruce Arians. Empty backfield. Palmer throws over the middle. Touchdown. Jake Ballard with his first touchdown of the season.
You know what Bruce Arians is? He's a master illusionist. Because what he does is he sends everyone out and spreads the field and takes your focus out wide to where the Larry Fitzgeralds and Michael Floyds and running backs are. And then he hits you inside with Jake Ballard, who came into this game with 2 catches on the season. Send all your attention elsewhere and hit them where they're not looking.
Jay Feely on for the extra point. Back and forth we go here in this third quarter. Arizona now leads by 3, 20-17. Andre Ellington, the numbers he's putting up, I'm just impressed with him as a receiver today for Arizona. A career-high 87 receiving yards, and he's made 2 catches that even a good receiver may not make.
Yeah, those aren't running back routes either. You know?
Washington will take a knee in the end zone. 20-17, the Cardinals needing a win, leading here over Tennessee. 2:14 to go here in the third. 3-point lead for Arizona. Fitzpatrick on first down, throws incomplete, looking for Kendall Wright. Let's check in with Christina Pink.
Well, Justin, let's see how the Cards defense responds here. The veteran Carlos Dansby, during that last series, pulled the defense together, reminding them to keep their composure after that last drive, not letting things spiral out of control after giving up those red zone penalties and that touchdown, especially now that the offense is giving them a little bit of momentum. Let's see if they can put things together here on this drive, Justin.
Especially with starting field position here for Tennessee at their own 20. Second down and 10.
Check. Ready? Go.
A handoff to Sean Green. A flag comes flying in. Green picked up 2 yards, but let's see what this flag is for. And it looks like it's going against Tennessee.
Holding. Number 70 offense. 10-yard penalty, remains second down.
And Christina, your observation about Carlos Dansby, that veteran leadership, trying to calm down the youngsters and rally the troops, looks like it's paying dividends in the early downs here of this drive. Can they now, because they have the full advantage, second and forever, can they go ahead and use this, get off the field, and set up good field position for their offense again?
Second down and 20.
Ready? Go.
Fitzpatrick got hit as he released the ball, looking for Delaney Walker.
Is that Calais Campbell back there?
It looked like him.
That's a whole lot of man hitting Brian Fitzpatrick. 6'8", 300 pounds listed. A long levered player. Watch to the left of your screen. Actually, Campbell came from the right side and got that done.
3rd and 20 now for Tennessee. Over the middle, that is incomplete. Looking for Walker again. Darrell Washington was there. The pass was underthrown, so a punt coming up here for the Titans.
How about the veteran leadership of Dansby, as noted by our Christina Pink? And this is a defense that truly believes in itself. You know, okay, we had some bad breaks there. Kind of lost it for a little bit, snapped it back together, and a tremendous defensive possession for the Arizona Cardinals. Should set up their offense in a really nice field position.
Brett Kearns had a couple of nice punts on the day. Patrick Peterson back is on 45. punt angled towards the sideline. And this will go out of bounds inside the 40. Time for a game break. Let's go back to L.A. once again. Here's Joel Clapp.
All right, Justin, let's go out to Oakland. The Raiders had just scored 21 unanswered points, but then Jamal Charles down the sidelines from Alex Smith on the wheel route, 71 yards for the touchdown. He's got 187 yards receiving today, 5 total touchdowns. First player this season to do that, 42-31 Chiefs. Justin, it's like hitting for the cycle.
Well, and I thought Andre Ellington was having a nice game receiving out of the backfield.
But we are seeing the versatility of these players, right? The running backs being able to do a little bit of everything. We call them 5-tool players in baseball.
On first down, the handoff to Rashard Mendenhall, who picks up 2. Second down and 8 coming up.
Now this possession now, to me, the pressure shifts to the Tennessee defense. Because at 20-17, Arizona just had a nice drive, scored. Their defense just had a nice possession, got off the field, gave ball back to their offense. Tennessee needs to get this possession tamped down and get out of it. Give ball back to their offense. Arizona now getting into a nice rhythm on both sides of the football.
Under a minute to play here in the third. Palmer. That pass is deflected. It is incomplete. Carl Klug got the hand on it. Derek Morgan almost picked it off.
That would have been a huge momentum shifting play. Watch the middle of the line. Klug is 97. He gets the paw up first. There's the ball batted. And look at Morgan trying to come up with the volley. Not quite able to possess the catch.
A big third down here for the Titans defense. Arizona 3-7 on third downs today. Palmer throws incomplete off the hands of Michael Floyd.
And they use Larry Fitzgerald to create the space. Watch Fitzgerald. He's going to go here, and Floyd's going to work in here. And this ball looks like it's one that could have been caught by Floyd. Yes, should have been caught by Floyd. They used Fitzgerald to widen things out and take attention away from Floyd.
Darrell Washington lets this one go into the end zone for a touchback. Friday, January 3rd, one of the best bowl games of the year is on Fox as the 13th-ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys take on James Franklin and the 8th-ranked Missouri Tigers. The AT&T Cotton Bowl Classic is Friday, January 3rd at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox.
Got some good stories coming out of that game. How about the return of Henry Josie, the running back for Missouri, who blew out everything you could blow out in a knee and made it back and has had a tremendous season for Missouri. How about the emergence of Desmond Rowland as the lead runner for Oklahoma State when Jeremy Smith began the season that way? Should be a fun Cotton Bowl going to Arlington, Texas on the night of January the 3rd.
They had a fun one last year, too. Some guy named Johnny Football was there, right?
Yeah, Manziel. He's still running.
Fitzpatrick on the run completes that pass to Kenny Britt for 13 yards and a first down. And Britt got hit hard when he made that catch by Rashad Johnson.
Weren't expecting Britt to be active tonight before the suspension of Justin Hunter and Damian Williams. And the last time these two teams hooked up in 2009, Britt caught the game-winning touchdown pass against Arizona.
We are through 3 quarters of play here in Nashville. It is a 3-point game as the hits are getting harder and harder. Arizona had the lead in the third quarter, outscoring Tennessee 10-7. They lead 20-17 as we go to the fourth.
Ready? Here we go.
Fitzpatrick gets it out to Walker, who gets hit right away by Darrell Washington, and a flag comes out as well.
They're going to get Darrell Washington for taunting over the tackle is what it appears to be. This happened to Sean Green of the Titans a couple of games ago against Indianapolis. A big play. He jumped up, was celebrating a little bit over the body of the person.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, pounding. Number 58. Defense, 15-yard penalty automatic. First down.
What the official will tell you is if he had jumped up, I believe, and had clapped and was turning away towards his teammates, I think he would have been fine. But as he was clapping, head and hands were down towards the person he hit, and the flag came out that way. So is that, what, the 5th first down by penalty this evening for the Tennessee Titans? So I think that's what the officials would tell Darrell Washington and the Arizona Cardinals.
All those penalties led to a touchdown for Tennessee in the 3rd quarter. On first down, it's Johnson cutting it back, and he gets up to the 49-yard line. Tripped up by Carlos Dansby, the 4th tackle of the game for Dansby.
The difference for Chris Johnson since that 2,000-yard season has been really the lack of the monster runs, right? The big 80-yard runs, the home run hit. But tonight, I felt like he's been really a step away on about 3 runs from turning it into something big and electrifying his crowd and his team. Arizona trying their best to prevent that from happening, because things could really jump up for Tennessee if he could break a big one off.
And off again to Johnson. In this, what he's doing on this drive is exactly what Tennessee wants from him. Get 3, get 4, get 6, because eventually you will break one.
And he was so used to those big runs, I think what happened was he started pressing every run. Every run he wanted to hit the home run. Go 60 or more on each run. But you just, as you noted, get 3, get 4. Eventually you'll pop the big one.
And on 3rd and 1, he moves the chains, gets up to the 40 of Arizona. Jeremiah Bell with a tackle after a pickup of 5 by Chris Johnson.
And give some credit to his guys up front, because I think this is a well-blocked drive so far on these runs for Chris Johnson. He's really not encountering much contact until he gets up to the linebacker level on the defense. There's Chance Warmack, the monstrous rookie. Brian Schwenke, 62, the center. Andy Levitri, 67, offensive guard on the left side.
On first down, Fitzpatrick looking for his fullback, Quinn Johnson. Incomplete. Darrell Washington there on the coverage.
Think about the Arizona Cardinals. There was a first down pass by Dal Loggins, the offensive coordinator, trying to fool him up, change it up a little bit. How quick do these linebackers from Arizona close on pass plays? Darrell Washington quickly out into the flat, helps break it up.
2nd and 10 here for Tennessee. Fitzpatrick comes near side, completes the pass to Kenny Britt. And Britt will pick up 7, tackled by Carlos Dansby.
It's really been a lost season for Kenny Britt here in Tennessee. Supposed to be the #1 receiver, one of the top guys in the league, back from injuries and other off-field issues. Only had 8 catches on the season coming into today's game. Inactive last week, expected to be inactive this week before the suspensions of Justin Hunter and Damian Williams for violating team rules. Active, gets the start tonight, making a few plays for the Titans.
Tennessee facing a 3rd and 3. Fitzpatrick, that one is nearly picked off, bobbled, juggled, and incomplete. Darrell Washington had it.
But another 3rd down stop for the Arizona Cardinals. Watch Washington, middle of your picture. Sees the route by Kendall Wright, drives on the football, has it, and unable to haul it in. And on cold, dry nights like this, the ball's a little slicker than normal.
He was trying to pull a Carlos Dansby and take it to the house. Rob Baronis connected from 45 earlier. Now this one from 50. And that kick is no good. So the defense holds for Arizona. The Cardinals still lead by 3 over Tennessee.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Pepsi. Live for now.
20-17, Arizona leading Tennessee. Here in the 4th quarter, Justin Kutcher alongside Charles Davis and Christina Pink with us on the sidelines on a chilly Sunday evening here in Nashville, Tennessee. Week 15 of this NFL season. Palmer under center. Andre Ellington splits out wide as a receiver, empty backfield. Palmer throws high, And they say it's incomplete. Xavier Gooden, we're waiting for the signs of the officials. I think they got it right.
Derek Morgan provided the pressure, number 91.
Ruling on the field is an incomplete pass.
And it looked like he was trying to get his hands underneath to catch it. But the official from the inside saw the play and was definite about saying it was incomplete. He had the best view from the inside and made the call.
A break for Arizona, 2nd down and 10. A handoff to Ellington. And Ellington gets up to the 43, picks up 3. Bernard Pollard with his 7th tackle.
Arizona trying to create some space and put themselves in a good position in this game with more points. Tennessee for the 2nd possession in a row on defense, trying to hold them off and keep their offense in the game. Huge 3rd down for the Titans. And it looks again like we've got that 7 defensive back look with Moses Foku, 53, the only linebacker on the field.
3rd and 7, empty backfield. Palmer passes complete to Britton Golden for the 1st down. Gets shoved out of bounds by Bleedy Ray Wilson, a 16-yard pickup.
Offensive line picked up the maneuvers of the Tennessee Titans very well and allowed Carson Palmer to survey the field, step into the throw, and pick up a key 1st down for Arizona. Yeoman's duty. There's Eric Winston. Big offseason pickup. At right tackle, helps solidify things on the offensive line for the Cardinals.
1st down, Ellington the handoff. And Ellington up to the 38, gets 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 coming up.
Got to think Bruce Arians is thinking to himself that Andre Ellington provides excellent possibilities for the future, doesn't he?
Oh.
As he gets bigger and stronger and
more time in this offense.
Exactly, more in sync with what's going on. Play him in the slot, play him out wide, hand him the football, throw it to him.
Palmer taking a shot down the field, incomplete. Andre Roberts, the intended receiver.
He just couldn't quite get on top of the cornerback. Verner does a nice job of seeing the route. Stops his feet for just a second, but Roberts was never able to get on top and get that little extra separation to go get the football. Verner had just enough on him to stop him from getting to it.
Now Stephon Taylor in at running back.
Terrific pass protector is Stephon Taylor, one of the best things he did coming out of college.
3rd and 7, pressure coming. Palmer with Fitzgerald, look at him with those hands, make that catch. Another 3rd down conversion. An 18-yard completion.
How about this catch by Larry Fitzgerald? When you talk about someone who catches the football as well as we've seen, look at those mitts going out there and getting it. Catch in front of Cody Sensabaugh. And just as we noted with Stephon Taylor coming into the game, what does he do? Steps up and picks up a blitzer and allows Carson Palmer to step into the throw.
5 catches for 44 yards for Larry Fitzgerald on the night. Palmer over the middle to Mendenhall. And Mendenhall down to the 11-yard line. Hakeem Ayers with a tackle. 2nd and 1 coming up.
You know, so many of these offenses have names, right? You get the West Coast or the spread or what have you. There is no name for what Bruce Arians does. It's a little bit of everything. I mean, it's a conglomerate of different things. But that was a West Coast offense play there. Touchdown or check down is what they tell them as we go into the 4th red zone possession for Arizona. See if they can hammer one in.
2nd and 1. Mendenhall. He has the 1st down. Up to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal from the 7 now for Arizona.
Mike Munchak, the head coach of the Tennessee Titans, trying to get his defense, give him one more stop. And for them, a stop would be holding them to a field goal attempt. Can they pull it off for them?
Keep it a one-score game.
Darrell Casey's provided really nice pressure inside for much of the game, number 99.
Hand off to Mendenhall again, and he'll get a yard. Xavier Gooden with the tackle.
So what they've done a lot tonight, Bruce Arians has, is he's created the illusion. Obviously, you've got to think about Larry Fitzgerald. Where is he on the field at all times? They'll create a spot where it looks like Fitzgerald's a primary guy, send him in one direction, and hit you in a spot on the backside or underneath with a different receiver.
10th play of the drive. Palmer gets it to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald trying to get to the end zone. And Fitzgerald's going to come up just short. Marked down inside the 1. McCourty and Gooden combined for the tackle.
This time Bruce Arians said, forget it, I'm getting to my weapon. Motion and just throw it to him in the flat. I mean, as soon as the ball gets into Carson Palmer's hands, he's getting it out there to Larry Fitzgerald, who uses his 218 pounds to almost get into the end zone.
Third and goal from inside the 1. Ta'amu in at fullback. Mendenhall the tailback. It's Mendenhall to the end zone. Touchdown. Second rushing touchdown of the game for Rashard Mendenhall.
And they just blasted open a gap on the play. I know Ta'amu, the defensive tackle, was in, but that gap was blasted before the fullback even got there. Offensive line just created a big crevice in the defensive front of Tennessee.
Feely's extra point sneaks in there. Rashard Mendenhall with a great blocking up front, able to get in from a yard out. And this Tennessee defense thinking, oh, we were so close. Back in Nashville now, a 10-point lead for Arizona. 11 plays, 60 yards, 507, but a couple of big third down conversions. One pass to Golden, one pass to Fitzgerald. Washington on the return, gets crunched. Stephon Taylor with a special teams tackle. Arizona leading by 10 late in this one.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Walking with Dinosaurs. Friday, only in theaters.
27-17. Tennessee trails with 6:45 to go. Fitzpatrick trying to escape. He cannot. He gets sacked by Matt Shaughnessy. It's going to be a loss of 3 on the play, so second down and 13 here for the Titans.
And now if you're a defensive lineman or linebacker for the Cardinals, you don't have to wait for third down to rush the passer. You're rushing the passer on every down now.
Fitzpatrick throws, and that one is picked off. Kaysen to the end zone, touchdown. Antoine Kaysen with a pick 6.
Remember the loss of Tyrann Mathieu now puts Antoine Kaysen on the field a lot more. And one of the things that he did well coming out of college was to create plays. He had the coverage on Nate Washington, number 85. And he's in excellent position. Ball thrown, drives on the football, bats it in the air to himself, and finishes it off in the end zone.
And now Jay Feely on for the extra point. A 20-yard return on the pick 6 for Kaysen. And now it's 34-17 Arizona. With that pick six, that's the third interception return for a touchdown the last 4 games for Arizona. The other 2 by Carlos Dansby. And now Jay Feely will kick off. Washington from the 1. Leon Washington. A good return as he gets out up to the 31-yard line. We talked about the importance of this game for Arizona. They have to just continue winning, and they're going to need some help.
Because you're looking at San Francisco. They're going to need San Francisco to lose against Atlanta, and then they get them head-to-head to finish things off if the Cardinals win out to have a chance to beat them out. Or they need Carolina to lose to the Saints or the Falcons and win out, because I think head-to-head they've played, and Arizona holds that tiebreaker head-to-head.
And as we discussed this entire time, all Arizona can do is worry about themselves and try to win. Fitzpatrick on first down completes the pass to Kendall Wright, who gets out of bounds after a first down. And time for a game break. Let's go back to Joel Klatt.
Justin, to Dallas, where Green Bay is making a comeback. James Starks, the pretty little middle screen, 11 yards for the touchdown, his first career receiving touchdown. The Cowboys up 29-24, and Tony Romo just threw an interception. First and goal, Dallas. They are reviewing the play. Justin.
Oh, man, things are getting interesting there in Dallas. Fitzpatrick. Pass again is complete again to Kendall Wright. A 7-yard completion. Kendall Wright has kind of made up for the absence of Justin Hunter in this game.
He's had a terrific season all year. Came into this game about 143 yards shy of 1,000-yard a year himself.
That pass is complete to Delaney Walker. A good adjustment there by Walker as he gets up to the 40, picks up 8. Looking at this Tennessee Titans team coming into this game 5-8. They open the year 3-1 with wins over Pittsburgh, San Diego, and the Jets. Fitzpatrick, that pass is caught by Michael Preston. A 9-yard completion. And then all of a sudden you had the injury to Jake Locker, missed a couple games. Fitzpatrick came in. Then Locker came back, and then he was lost the rest of the year. So now it's Fitzpatrick's team. But they're 2-7 in their last 9.
And everybody's talking about Mike Munchak, the head coach, and his job security and what's going to happen.
On 2nd and 1, the pass complete to Washington. Another first down.
I think what you just pointed out exemplifies what's going on in the league today. If your quarterback gets hurt, your trigger guy goes down, it makes it really hard for you to continue to play well. Look at Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is out.
Yep.
Now they're behind the 8 ball trying to make the playoffs. You can go throughout the entire league and find that.
Fitzpatrick, oh, nice one-handed catch there. Nate Washington with a great adjustment, and he's slow to get up.
We've seen 2 really nice catches on this drive because Michael Preston caught one without his hands a couple plays ago. And Nate Washington with another catch and a move inside to try and pick up more yardage.
The training staff coming over to look at him.
Been a terrific pro since he came to Tennessee from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Over 250 catches in a Tennessee Titans uniform.
Out of highly touted Tiffin University. That's what I love about going through all these schools and going through all these players. Everyone talks about, oh, you got to go play at a BCS school and this and that.
No, you don't.
9 years in the NFL, Nate Washington out of Tiffin University.
And Michael Preston, who caught that tough pass previously, out of Heidelberg. And you know, when Tiffin and Heidelberg get together, you throw the record books right out.
Absolutely. It's a name on the front of the jersey, not the back.
Where's Herb Brooks when we need it?
2nd and 4. Fitzpatrick going to the end zone. Jump ball incomplete. Kenny Britt had it. And it went right through his hands.
This is one of those plays where you just wonder if the lack of action Kenny Britt has had this year had an effect on the play. Because that ball's well thrown. That's the type of play that Kenny Britt used to come up with when he was really functioning and playing well. but he hasn't played a whole lot this season. And I guarantee you he came to the place today not really expecting to go. Oh, well, I'm up, I'm playing. So sometimes that goes on. Sometimes those types of plays go awry. When if you've been practicing fully, you would have caught it.
3rd and 4. Fitzpatrick completes that one to Washington, and Washington has another first down.
Nice march by Tennessee, but do you know what Arizona's doing well? They're bleeding the clock on defense. You catch the ball, they make the tackle, you have to run another play, more time comes off the clock. Sure, you're giving up yardage. They may ultimately give up points, but this clock continues to bleed down and work against the Tennessee Titans.
Keep the guys in front of you.
That's it. Keep them in front, make the tackle, make them run an extra play.
1st and goal from the 10. Fitzpatrick to the end zone. Touchdown. Michael Preston. The first touchdown for Michael Preston. A 10-yard completion from Ryan Fitzpatrick.
And that should make the alumni newsletter at Heidelberg. Michael Preston, who had been playing arena football for the Utah Blaze, gets his opportunity, makes the team here in Tennessee, and is becoming more and more productive as the season goes on.
Rob Baronis on for the extra point. Ryan Fitzpatrick with 3 passing touchdowns on the day. We do have a flag thrown in late. That's what we call a tease. You thought you were going to get the commercial. No. Just kidding.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 92. Arizona, the 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Here's Big Dan Williams, their starting defensive tackle.
And guess what? Now we're going to commercial. 10-point game here in Nashville. 34-24, Arizona leading Tennessee. That personal foul will be assessed here on the kickoff. Ten-point game, and it looks like Arizona potentially expecting the onside kick.
Remember the sky kick that Bruce Arians used to start the second half of Arizona? Sometimes you don't just kick this regular onside. Try and pop it over that first line and see if the second guy can get it.
It is an onside kick, and it looks like it is recovered by Rashad Johnson. A little scrum after the whistle was blown.
It's rare you don't have one of those after an onside kick. Those are some big-time collisions from a 10-yard run, and guys take exception to a lot of it. Watch Arizona attack the football. Go and get it, but the ball bounces off of Andre Ellington, so there's an opportunity for Tennessee. But Rashad Johnson, as you noted, dove in, picks up the football for Arizona.
First down.
That was a free ball. He actually hit it before it got to 10, but once he hit it, now that rule for 10 yards is off. Johnson is 26, coming into the frame now. He's the hero for Arizona after Ellington went for the football and didn't get it. That ball was open and available for Tennessee. Similar to one of their recent football games. I think it's against Indianapolis. 5 times the ball was on the ground. Fumbles, they got none of them. It's kind of how this season has gone as it dragged out after the 3-1 start that you pointed out earlier. Opportunities, not able to capitalize.
So it's 1st and 10 here for Arizona at the 38-yard line. A handoff to Rashard Mendenhall, and Mendenhall gets 2. A timeout taken here by Tennessee. Looks like we're going to have some bonus coverage coming up after the conclusion of this game. We'll go to send you to Dallas for what looks like a great finish between the Cowboys and the Packers. A 5-point game with just under 9.5 to go there in Dallas.
Cowboys up with 29-24. Have the football now and are driving. Green Bay trying to hang in there. They made a heck of a comeback. They were down big. And if they can somehow find a way to win that game and get Aaron Rodgers back and make a real run at the end in the NFC North with Detroit and Chicago, what a finish that could be in that division.
2nd down and 8. Keep it on the ground. Mendenhall up the middle again. A timeout again taken here by Tennessee after the 4-yard pickup by Mendenhall. Moses Foku with a tackle. Do you want to hear something interesting about Moses Foku?
Yes, I would.
His name is actually pronounced Moise, but he said everyone pronounced it wrong, so just call me Moses.
They just let it roll. A little bit late to get it back. He's like, you know as well as what, you just throw your hands up. Just spell it correctly on the checks, please.
3rd and 4 here for Arizona. Andre Ellington now in at tailback. And there's movement up front.
Both sides will point at each other. I think they're going to get Eric Winston jumping.
Ball start, number 73 offense. 5-yard penalty remains. It's 3rd down.
What do you do now? You're looking at a 3rd and 9.
Run the ball again. Remember, they're down to 1 timeout. You're up 10, less than 3 minutes to go. Run it again, make them bleed it out, punt the ball away, and rely on your defense, which came into the game ranked 5th in the NFL in total defense.
They do keep it on the ground with Ellington. Darrell Casey with his 6th tackle.
And that'll be the last timeout for Tennessee. They're out now.
Final timeout for Tennessee, as you mentioned. So let's take a look at this playoff picture in the NFC once again.
We know the Seahawks have clinched the playoffs. They had already done that. Won again today over the Giants in New York. Excuse me, in New Jersey. Talking about, hey, can we get back there for the Super Bowl?
Carolina won
over the Jets.
San Francisco won over Tampa Bay.
So for Arizona, those are the key teams, correct?
Those are the key teams, yep.
They need help from one of them. They need one of them to lose to open the door, and Arizona has to win out.
Dave Zaxton, a low punt. Leon Washington lets it bounce, and this one takes a good Arizona roll. Will be downed inside the 10-yard line at the 7. With 2:43 to go here in the 4th in this 2nd half. Arizona came out with a short kick, recovered it, but they were only able to kick a field goal. And then after a bunch of penalties against the Arizona defense, a touchdown scored by Tennessee to go on top, but then it was Arizona with a touchdown of their own and the pick 6. And finally a touchdown thrown by Fitzpatrick to Michael Preston, and that's how we stand at a 34-24 ball game. Carson Palmer coming off a great game last week when he was 27 of 32. He's 19 of 29 in this one. Fitzpatrick backed up in the shotgun. Throws on 1st down. That pass is incomplete for Nate Washington.
The key number in the stats there for Carson Palmer, 0 in interceptions. Because you remember how the early season, first 8 games.
Number 93, 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
And wow, penalty against Calais Campbell. Left side of your screen, rushing the passer, and he gets up, and you see his helmet getting into the helmet area of Ryan Fitzpatrick. It's hard for Calais Campbell. He's 6'8" to start off with, so getting that leverage and knee bend to get down below that strike zone for the quarterback is tough, but he has to do it.
So it's an automatic 1st down here for Tennessee. Fitzpatrick's pass once again hauled in by Nate Washington. another first down as they continue to move the chains. This one 22 yards. Fitzpatrick to Johnson. And Johnson gets tackled at the 45 by Darrell Washington. This will bring us the 2-minute warning. 34-24. Arizona looking for the win, trying to make it 6 out of 7, lead by 10.
Today's game is sponsored by Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side.
A 10-point game, and the difference in this game has been points off turnovers. Arizona 10 points off of 2 turnovers by Tennessee. Second and 4 here for Fitzpatrick and the Titans. Fitzpatrick, a wide open Kendall Wright.
Unable to get out of bounds, though. Had to make such a great catch. Wasn't able to stay on his feet, so they've got to really hustle now. He could have caught that and gotten over the sideline.
It was a 23-yard completion. Fitzpatrick will spike the ball. Right now, let's check back in with Joe Klatt for an update.
Justin, we go back to Dallas and Dez Bryant doing it again. 5-yard TD grab, and this one was special. Trust me when I say he got both feet down. 11th of the season. He's got 10 grabs, 140 yards on the day. 36-24 Cowboys. Justin, Charles, and Christina.
Wow, what a catch by Dez Bryant.
He's been doing it all year. He's been spectacular at times.
Fitzpatrick steps up again off the helmet, and it's incomplete. With 1:34 to go here in this game, don't forget, we'll get you some bonus coverage of that game. Green Bay and Dallas.
How about Jeremiah Bell using his head to knock the ball away from Kendall Wright? At one point, Jeremiah Bell was working in a Kentucky steel factory and realized this is not what I really want. Ended up at Eastern Kentucky, going to college, and making it to the NFL.
Fitzpatrick going to try to run for it on 3rd and 10. Nice cutback. Fitzpatrick has the first down. If you talk to anybody, his teammates or the guys on Arizona, they all say, this guy is sneaky fast. He's sneaky athletic.
Underrated as a runner. Jake Locker, the true starting quarterback before injury. We know how athletically gifted he is, but this isn't a specialty of his. Ryan Fitzpatrick able to extend plays, and not only extend them, but create things and turn it into a first down. There's Jake Locker, lost for the season with a foot injury. His future here in Tennessee under scrutiny now.
Pass is complete once again to Delaney Walker.
They're able to punch it in the end zone. Things could get interesting because we'll have another onside kick coming.
3rd and 2 here. Obviously, Fitzpatrick rolling out, throws the end zone, incomplete. Michael Preston fell. Here's a very late flag. Preston was asking for a flag.
Having a discussion about it, though, in the end zone about whether they're going to let it stand, I believe.
There's no foul for illegal contact as the quarterback was out of the pocket.
Yeah, when the quarterback exits the pocket, the illegal contact penalty goes out the window. So that's what I think the flag was thrown for, and they had to let the official know out of the pocket. No contact.
I think my favorite part of that was Pete Morelli's reaction, just the disgust of having to announce that.
Do I have to say this? But you kicked the field goal here. Yep. Remember, a 10-point game. Kick the field goal, onside kick. Still gives you the opportunity to tie the game.
Arizona takes a timeout here. 52 seconds, and again, like you said, of course, you can kick the field goal here to give yourself the option of an onside kick and a chance to tie it up with a touchdown.
Yeah, a lot of people were sitting at home saying, well, you know, you're going to need it. Go get the touchdown. But if you don't get the touch, if you go for it, don't get it at all.
Game over.
Game over. This still gives you that chance, as you pointed out.
I know Joe Klatt back in L.A., he's saying, of course you kick the field goal. Got to give yourself the chance.
But this is an example of what so many coaches talk about, how this is a 7-point league, meaning most games each week are decided by about 7 points. At one point, this was a total blowout. It was 34-17. Look where we are with Tennessee still in the ball game, still punching.
Barones from 24 yards out. Drills it. So we're going to have an onside kick when we come back. 7-point game, 47 seconds left. 7-point game, 47 seconds left. We've already seen Tennessee try one onside kick. They're going to try one right here.
That one was pretty much right up the middle. So you know they have multiple onside kicks prepared and practiced. See what they decide to do with this one. See what direction they want to go.
They got a couple of good hands guys on there. With Larry Fitzgerald and Michael Floyd behind that initial line. They get the high bounce. The ball is loose. Tennessee has recovered. Damian Stafford.
And see, Larry Fitzgerald goes up to get it, but look at the contact there. Jackie Battle, 22, puts a big hit on him, and Stafford ends up coming up with the football. But Battle knocked the ball free, as Fitzgerald went and attacked the football and tried to haul it in.
So now 44 seconds remaining in this one. No timeouts left. Fitzgerald took a pop.
How about this Tennessee team, though?
Not giving up.
Every opportunity to let it go at 34-17. Refused to fold. They've given themselves a chance here late in the game.
Fitzpatrick steps up, throws, completes the pass, and able to get out of bounds is Kendall Wright. A huge completion for 26 yards.
Offensive line did a fine job for Tennessee and Fitzpatrick, giving him the time for that long crossing route to Kendall Wright.
Ball at the 28-yard line of Arizona.
They say Kendall Wright plays big. He's proven it this afternoon in the evening.
130 yards on the day for Wright. Fitzpatrick throws to Wright again. And it is caught inside the 10, a 21-yard completion up to the 8.
They run up and clock it here, spike it, get set up.
Tennessee has not given up. 12 for 151 for Kendall Wright on the day. And it's going to be 2nd and goal with 18 seconds left.
And you also have to think ahead if you're Tennessee. If you score, you try and win it right there. You go for 2 and try and win it right there if you're scoring. That's what's got to be going through Mike Munchak's head right now. Do you want to go for 1 or 2 if we punch the ball in the end zone? Kendall Wright coming up large down the stretch.
Washington tried that today. Didn't look out for them. Fitzpatrick throws this one away with a pressure coming. 3rd and goal.
And he went where Patrick Peterson was, locked up with Kenny Britt. I'd try and find where Peterson is, although Kendall Wright, I believe, beat him on the last completion. I want to find where Patrick Peterson is and say, okay, who else can beat him? Who else can beat someone for me? See if he's not locked up on Kendall Wright and try and call something for him. He's the hot ticket right now. He'd be the guy to be trying to find the football with.
Fitzpatrick throws, touchdown! Michael Preston!
They're lobbying Mike Munchak, but they're going to kick the extra point. Watch out wide, because Patrick Peterson is on Preston, and he runs the inside route and beats him to the end zone. Well thrown football by Ryan Fitzpatrick, and it looks like they're going to try and take this one to overtime.
Second touchdown of the game for Preston. Baronis to tie it with the extra point. And he does. There is a flag again here on the extra point.
Offside defense. The try is good, and the 5-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Well, they got life with the onside kick recovery. They made the most of it. The touchdown by Preston. 34-all. Ryan Fitzpatrick, the Amish rifle. Look at what this guy has done the last two drives. 7 for 12, 124 yards, 2 touchdowns, leading his team back. 371 yards on the day, outdoing the guy he used to back up in Cincinnati, one of his good friends, Carson Palmer.
I just think the heart of this Tennessee team, expansive this time of year. No Grinch heart here. This bad boy is just blown up for Tennessee. Gave themselves chances and took advantage of it.
Baronis to kick off again after the 5-yard penalty was assessed. So this one will sail out of the end zone. And Arizona will get it at the 20. So remember that bonus coverage we were talking about with Dallas Green Bay? Well, we've got some bonus football, I think, coming up here from Nashville.
And it'd be interesting to see how this thing plays out, because Mike Munchak was lobbied hard by his team on the sideline. Should they go for 2? And you see Larry Fitzgerald over there recovering after the big hit he took on the onside kick that Tennessee recovered. Should he have gone for 2 and try and win it right there? He's got his team into overtime. You can't ask for more than that. They've got a chance to win the game.
What a comeback here by the Titans late in this fourth quarter. 17 unanswered points by Tennessee. They were down 34-17. Charles, you had mentioned it. Arizona's defense, they were just kind of taking time off the clock. They're letting Tennessee move down the field, but they were okay with that.
They bled time down and actually bled out the timeouts when they got the ball back on offense. They appeared to be in good shape. They appeared to be in good position. But give big credit to the Tennessee Titans running their 2-minute drill on offense, creating extra opportunities, getting out of bounds. How about the completions downfield? Kendall Wright at the forefront of that, catching the football. Nate Washington with some big catches. And they find themselves in overtime. No one saw overtime coming at 34-17 after Antoine Cason with the interception running it in for the Arizona Cardinals.
We will begin a 15-minute overtime period. Each team will have the opportunity to possess the ball unless the first team who receives the ball scores a touchdown or there is a defensive score. Each team will have 2 timeouts, and all replays will be upstairs from the replay booth. Tails, heads. Tails. Tails is the call. Heads it is. Tennessee will
Nate
receive at this
Washington,
end.
no hesitation, said, we'll take it. We'll take it. Tennessee will receive the kickoff when we come back. We are all set for overtime here in Nashville. Tennessee won the coin flip they have elected to receive Leon Washington. Remember, a 95-yard kickoff return last week at Denver. A dangerous return man, Jay Feely, will kick to him. 17 unanswered, scored by Tennessee to force overtime. Washington from the goal line. And Washington will take it out to the 24-yard line. So here are the overtime rules. We just heard about them from Pete Morelli, but both teams have the opportunity to possess the ball unless the initial possession is a touchdown or a safety. One 15-minute period. All the replays come from the booth, and 2 timeouts per team.
Yeah, and then when we talk about touchdown or safety, if the defense picks off a pass, runs it in, that counts also. A defensive score will do it. And now, the 5th-ranked defense in the NFL, the Cardinals, have given up a lot of points late. Can they snap back to their earlier form?
Fitzpatrick on first down. His man slipped. No whistle. They're going to say it's picked off.
I mean, and
now they're going to say it's incomplete. Yes, now they finally come through. There's no whistle, though.
No whistle on the initial call. And so he played it out, which was a smart move for the Arizona Cardinals. Gerard Powers. But, I mean, you had to.
Ruling on the field is an incomplete pass.
No shot. I mean, that's a one-hopper right into Powers. No whistle, so he did the smart thing, was get up, not touch, and run it into the end zone. But clearly an incomplete pass.
I'm always amazed how guys can try to say that that was a catch.
Hey, you give it your best shot. Since you didn't hear the initial whistle, you're trying to convince them. But it was too clear a picture, and a couple of other officials caught it and signaled it incomplete.
2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick taking the shot. Completes it to Nate Washington with Patrick Peterson covering him. 33-yard completion.
Last week, by the Arizona defensive staff's reckoning, Patrick Peterson was targeted 1 time by the St. Louis Rams. Tonight, some of the biggest plays of the game have been in Patrick Peterson's area, at him, by the Tennessee Titans, and they've gotten big plays against him.
1st and 10 in the 43 of Arizona. Fitzpatrick gets hit as he released it, intercepted. Antoine Cason. Cason returns it across the 45 up to the 47. The 2nd pick of the game for Cason.
No, the crowd's going to be upset against Ryan Fitzpatrick, but watch the pressure, unable to really step into the throw as he was smacked on the play. And that allowed the interception. That was Tony Jefferson, one of the backup safeties. And you know what Jefferson played at Oklahoma besides safety? He played linebacker. Used to being in that spot, rushing the passer. He put the big hit on Fitzpatrick. Cason comes up with the big touch, with a big interception. So any type of a score here ends the game for Arizona.
The referee, Pete Morelli, blew the whistle. 3rd turnover of the game for Tennessee. Again, points off of turnovers, 10 for Arizona off those previous 2 turnovers by Tennessee. Carson Palmer, 19 of 29, 222 yards, 1 touchdown on the day, which I guess you could say now on the night.
Interested to find out what this delay is and what's going on, why they're not going ahead and playing. Pete Morelli was over there wondering the same thing, but he kept looking
The next score will win this game.
You just heard it. The next score will win the game. And the fans that remain here in Nashville are getting a chance of defense going. Richard Mendenhall in the backfield. They hand off to Mendenhall. Able to get across midfield up to the 49 of Tennessee. Picks up 5, 2nd down and 5.
One score. A big-time kicker in Jay Feely. Career long of 61. This year, his longest kick has been 52. Came into the game 22 of 26, but had a rough game last week. Missed 2 field goals in that game against St. Louis.
Has 2 field goals today, 25 and 47. Palmer over the middle, complete to the tight end, Jim Dre. A first down for Arizona.
And remember, Rob Hausler, their normal starting tight end, couldn't go today. He'd come into the game. He was going to come into today with at least 3 catches in 5 straight games. Jim Dre had 3 starts in his career prior to this season. Came in with 21 catches. Jake Ballard, the other tight end, 2 catches coming into tonight's game. Both of them have figured prominently in this contest.
Keeping it on the ground. Mendenhall broke a tackle as he gets up to the 36. Let's check back in with Joel Klatt for a game break.
Justin, the Packers have come all the way back, down 23 at one point. Eddie Lacy, 1-yard touchdown run, 8th of the season. They're up by 1 after the 2-point conversion was no good. Minute 31 left in that one. Tony Romo with the ball.
Wow, craziness here in these late games on Fox.
It's that kind of day in the NFL, isn't it? Comeback sort of a day. And remember, time is not of the essence for Arizona now. Just get into position.
Mendenhall breaks some tackles, and Mendenhall now gets in a field goal range down the 21-yard line. A 15-yard run by Rashard Mendenhall. And remember, the next score wins after the interception thrown by Ryan Fitzpatrick, the second pick of the game by Antoine Cason.
And by our great statistician, Kim Anderson's statistics, 9 missed tackles on the day for the Tennessee Titans, and that one really opened up the door for Arizona to be in position.
Mendenhall again, this time he gets dropped for a loss of a yard. Jarrell Casey and Rapati Patua come by for the tackle. Feely warming up.
Casey's had a big day. 7 tackles, 2 for loss, 1.5 sacks, 2 pressures. But they need a play now that takes the ball away from Arizona. They need to knock it free. And right now, I think about rushing Feely out there, because if something goes wrong, you can kick it again on 4th down. See, it's 3rd down, but you go out and kick it now. If it gets blocked, something goes awry with the snap, then you have 4th down to do something. That's why he's out there on the field.
Feely 2 for 2. 1 from 25, 1 from 47. This one from 41 for the win. And now a timeout is taken here by Tennessee.
Tried to ice a veteran kicker. I don't know if you've seen those stats, Justin. Everybody's talking about, do you ice him, don't you ice him, all that. From what I can gather, the more veteran a kicker, you're almost better off letting him go ahead and line up and kick it. It seems like the more veteran a kicker, when you try and ice them, they just lock in a little bit better. But you know something? Those stats go both ways. You just got to take your chances, take your odds. Mike Munchak hoping it goes in his favor in this one. Can he get a block? Can he get a missed kick? Anything to keep this game going.
A 41-yard field goal attempt for the win for Jay Feely. And Feely's kick is up and good, and Arizona wins it in overtime. 37-34. Arizona beats Tennessee here in overtime after Tennessee had scored 17 unanswered to force overtime. And then it's after a turnover. That's 13 points off turnovers in the game for Arizona, the difference.
And what you're also going to hear is people saying, they're going to say after the game, Tennessee, you had the momentum. You could have gone for 2 in regulation and tried to end it there. And they'll jump on Mike Munchak for that. I don't think he wanted to cost his team a chance to try and win the football game after the recovery they had made in that game. I understood why he did it.
We said Arizona needed this win. They have to win out. They got this win in overtime. For Charles Davis and Christina Pink, I'm Justin Kutcher saying so long from Nashville with a final score, Arizona 37, Tennessee 34.